Dear students, good evening to all of you. I would like to welcome you to this seminar. On behalf of you and management of Skyline College, I would like to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Niyaz Khan. You know, as a part of our activities and a part of your curriculum is that we have to update you always for the changes taking place in the industry. It is not always what you learn from the books, because we have learned in several occasions that, and it was proven that whatever we learn in the first year, it has to be outdated by the third year. So we teach you the theories, we teach you what is there in the books, and then the implementation by bringing some people from the industry where they can share their experience, and then you can decide, all right, how to go about the theory and how the implication will be taking place. Now, since all of you are doing a business administration degree, all right, so all of us are well aware of the economic recession, financial crisis, which is the hawks and the talks of the people nowadays. And most of international agencies and governments, they try to solve these problems with different tools, but still till today the people are confused. Academics are confused how to come out from this financial crisis. So we have a guest lecturer from the medical field. Actually, this is the interesting part of it. He thinks that he has some medicine made to cure these diseases, which is called financial crisis and recession. Dr. Niyaz Khan was originally from the medical field, then he moved to academics field by getting 3 different PhD degree from different American accredited universities, and their degree were in business, economics, and finance. So he has made an idea, he has a dream, all right, of this idea will come into the reality. And he thought of discussing with you as a student, as a young generation, maybe in the future, there'll be a hope for his dream to come true. So on behalf of management of Skyline University College, I would like to welcome Dr. Niyaz Khan to come in the podium and address the audience. Dr. Niyaz Khan.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to come here in this institution, which is highly reputed. Recession is a situation which is affecting everybody, especially the America and all the developed countries. And they are spending taxpayers, billions of taxpayers' money to revive the economy, and unfortunately they are not succeeding. Solution is simple. You float interest-free bonds, and I am claiming that recession will be reversed within 30 days. There will be massive employment in every sector without any cost to the government, which is affecting the United States and every other country. There will be no taxes, no duties, and interest will be eliminated. And the state will collect all the money which it needs to run the country within few days. And by the end of 30 days, much more than that. Cost of production, if we remove taxes, duties, interest, it will be reduced more than 50%. And at the same time, the cost of living will also go down by 50%, that everything is cheaper. A dawn of interest-free banking will start, and the capitalist system will come to an end and will be replaced by an incentive-based system. There is a zero risk to the economy of the world, whoever is trying to implement this system, and zero cost. So, why not try this system which has zero cost and zero implementation risk to the economy? I am not saying that remove the other system. I am not saying to stop or stop the other system which you are running. Let this system run accordingly along with system and see which will help you. You sell your bonds which you are already setting. I am not saying don't sell those bonds. So, but sell these bonds and let us see who buys these bonds more. Nobody will buy your bonds which you are selling now, and these bonds will be bought like hotcakes. And I am definite, inshallah, that if this system is implemented in Sharjah first, Sharjah will become the leading state of UAE, not only in everything else, but in wealth as well. Everybody says that the proof of the pudding is in its eating, but I am saying thus proof of the pudding, I will prove it to you, it's but just seeing it, not eating it. How this will happen? You advertise this into the paper and see the result. Everybody thinks that if somebody has lost, somebody has gained, but I am proving it to you that my gain is your gain as well. So, everybody is winner, and this is my claim. If somebody can prove me wrong, can get $1 million. How this thing will happen? Float interest-free bonds. In the first month, the bond will be, the price will be $5, 5 bonds to per dollar, as there are the conditions as other bonds are sold. In this, the conditions are also there. And this is the first month. If one gives $100,000 to the government will give them 500,000 bonds, and in the second month it will be 300,000, 400,000, and then in third month 300,000. And at the same time, if somebody gives $100,000 to the government will give you 10 million duty free option. So, 100 million draw every day. I am giving you example of United States, which is a great nation of inventions, but a great nation of recessions as well. So, in this there will be a prize of $100 million every day from the bonds picked up. Now, where will these bonds be used? Bond will be used instead of currency in the public sector, or you can say government sector. Anything government selling, you use these bonds instead of dollar or dirham or anything. How it will be? A bill of $100 can be paid by 200 bonds, the cost of which will be, if you divide by 5, is $40. So, there is a 60% discount or 60% less money you are paying. Who will sell these bonds? All those poor, unemployed students will be employed on 10% commission, but no salary. So, there will be millions employed in different areas of the country to sell these bonds. The agency bidding the lowest bid will be selected. The second and third highest bidder will be the auditors of that agency. Any fraud or any misappropriation of funds will be fined 10 times the amount involved. 50% goes to the agency who picks up this, and 50% goes to the government. So, agency will ask these agents whom they are employing to give 500 bonds, 500 dirham or $500 per year as a fee, so that it can build up its infrastructure. A poor man who cannot afford, he can still become an agent, but his quota will be half. He cannot have the full quota. Once he gives the money, earns the money and gives it to the company, he will become the full agent. So, this is what it all boils down. Now, there will be 7 floodgates of money which will be opened, and that is, if 15% of the population of a country jumps into this and asks for these bonds, because they are getting 60% discount and there is 100 million draw every day, and there is also a big incentive that if some investor wants to get his money back, he can get easily back by selling these bonds at the same rate, but taking commission from the agent by taking his whole 1 year quota. So, second floodgate of money will open when all the poor people will also join, because they are also getting at the rate of 5, because the rich person is greedy or investor is greedy, he wants to take his 100,000 back. So, he comes back at home and starts selling at the same rate of 5, but takes 5% commission which he has taken it from the agent. Third floodgate of money is the private sector, where the banks who are now in trouble because all the money has been drained out, but the government assures them that your money is my money, in the sense that it is in your bank. My account is in your bank, so don't worry, it is just change the name from private sector to the government sector. So, this money you bring 20% and I will give you 80%. That 80% is something which is quite great for the banks. They can invest, they can supervise and earn the money. Now, this is by the end of 30 days, the government has collected so much of money that it will declare a tax-free country. Now, banks will get 60% of profit, although the government has put 80% of the money. 40% goes to the government. So, now the government is a sleeping partner for every big business. This is the third or fourth floodgate of money which has opened up, and the amount we don't know how much the government will get. Now, there are 3 or 4 types of registration. Businessmen, that is one. They have got a salary. So, the government says you make a registration of 100,000 and throughout the year you will get the same rate of 5. There is a second type of registration for the small businesses, which will ask them, okay, you do this registration of $10,000 or 10,000 dirham. You have to collect same amount of bonds from the private sector, either by selling the products or by taking it from the open market. And you will get 20,000 bonds at the rate of 5 every month, if you can collect and show the government that I have collected this. They will be replaced by that company who will give you 20,000 at the rate of 5 throughout the year. So, this is small business. So, small business has been protected. Now comes the private sector. What will happen in the supermarket? Will these bonds will be used in supermarket? Yes, but in a different way. In the government sector, whole of the currency has been replaced by bonds, government sector. But in private sector, the formula applies differently. How? Now, you can ask the question, every big business hasn't got millions of dollars in their pocket to buy these bonds cheaply in the first month. True. The government says you don't have to do that. You make a registration of 100,000 dirham, $100,000 dirham, and then sell your product through this agency. Doesn't mean you have to carry the goods. No, you just come to this agency. Supposing he wants to sell something worth $100. The agency says, give me 15 bonds. By 15 bonds, the price of 15 bonds is 3 dirham or $3. That receipt entitles him that he has sold something of $100. So, he can get this anything, whatever amount he sells through this agency, duty free, $100 duty free, or 100 coupon means 500 bonds he can get at the rate of 5. So, the more he sells, the more he gets. And the government is in, what the government is getting? Government is getting 3%. In the private sector, 3% bonds are being used. Production house gives things cheaper because he is now producing everything very cheap. His duty is almost free because he is going through this door. Whatever amount he sells through this agency, he gets duty free. And then he has got cheap coupons throughout the year. He will get this 3% from the dealer. And dealer gets it from the sub-dealer, and the sub-dealer gets it from the shopkeeper. And the shopkeeper gets it from the customer because he is selling these products much cheaper, but asking him 5% or 15% of bonds, which I have to give it to somebody back. So, some shopkeeper might go up to 50% bonds. It's up to depend now. This is how things will become much cheaper in the private sector as well. So, the private sector, there will be 5-10% replacement of the currency. But rest of the things will be the same, your own currency. Now, which is the backing of these bonds? Backing of this bond is your dollar or your dirham. You cannot buy a bond or a dirham bond without a bond or a dollar or dirham. So this is the backing of your currency. So these are the different floodgates and the businesses. Every business will try to sell their product through this agency to get cheap coupons or to get something which you can call it duty-free option. Now this thing, if goes on, government gets 3% of everything sold in the market, produced or sold in the market. Think of America. We have thought about there are almost 50 trillion transactions are being done in USA. 3% of it will be 1.5 trillion every day goes to the government account. So as I told you, the $100,000 registration fee will allow you 12 million transactions. You can sell your merchandise of 12 million in one go or in several goes, but you cannot sell more than that. You have to increase your registration fee to sell more. So if you want more, you can increase your registration fee. Look at the United States. We have calculated approximately 50 trillion transaction is being made through different agencies in the United States. 3% of it will be 1.5 trillion per day going into the government's pocket without touching anybody. And that is amount which is unimaginable. So this is why it is called gold mine. These are the steps how it will go away. You buy the bonds and these production houses will sell through the dealer. Production house doesn't give the 3 bonds away like this. He goes to the dealer and says, I am giving you cheaper, give me 5% bonds as well, 15% bond as well. So he takes it from the dealer takes it from the dealer, and the sub-dealer takes it from the customer, and this is how the chain is there. So nobody is putting from, everybody is winner. Everybody is winner in this game. This was my analysis and prediction made in 2006, which nobody thought. US economy is like a giant oak tree that has rotten roots, hollow stems, dying leaves, and it is quite possible that this mighty tree will fall and bury every nation relaxing under its shade. MBCS is the fertilizer that can bring back US economy back forth into life. This was my prediction made in 2006, and the book is there, available on the internet. You just click it and you will see it. And that is the tree on your left at the present moment. And that is the tree if they bring this system, which will happen. And that is the book. To me, it is a breaking news to the world. Take this system and you will be happy. Now open to the questions.
At present, if you see, there is a complete technology substituting labor, which means to cut down the cost of production, people are using, or the investors are using more of technology and less of people. And with your principle again, right, where will the employment be generated?
Yes. Sky is the limit. This technology, what you are seeing, is a peanut. When you have this much of money, there will be much bigger technology, and those who are doing that technology, the people are employed in that technology. So there will be many more jobs for everybody to have better technology. So this is the answer to your question. We are not stopping it there. Our, research and development will be 1,000 times more than what it is today. It will not drop from the sky. People will work on it.
You have diagnosed the disease of recession, and the patient also in the form of that mighty tree. And the medicine also has been invented by you. I am thinking that as to when this medicine is going to be given to that mighty tree so that it may not fall down and the position can be revived. Just as a matter of suggestion that please intensify this treatment, just jokingly only, do something that this can be, this situation can be revived. Because the medicine has been invented, the disease has been diagnosed, the patient has been located, everything has been done. Now the thing is that the injection has to be given. So find out the ways and means also how this injection has to be.
Your recession is, go within 30 days, you have got so much of money, why recession? Where is the recession? All these cranes which you see standing still will go at 100 miles per hour and these all buildings will be completed if you implement this system in UAE. You will see what the result is. You see the result within 30 days, nobody will be poor. This is what will happen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
To be honest with you, I was just thinking, well, if that finance was wrong or what I'm listening right now is wrong. I could not find many solutions to it because due regards to you, anybody under the sun would not understand anything within 1 hour by whatever number, trillions and billions, whatever you have done. Absolutely fantastic. We can sit down sometime and probably talk about it. My simple question goes in this way. Where do you think is the problem?
That big question still haunts me during my dreams as well. I keep on dreaming this, who is the person whom I can approach and give him this gold mine? I cannot find a person.
Doctor, but you made a medicine with probably some ailment in mind.
Yes.
You must be knowing the ailment.
I know the ailment. You know the ailment. Every word knows the
I
ailment.
would like to have a research where you don't know where the end point of the research is.
Now, as far as my research goes, I sent my thesis to 3 universities.